Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Double Tap, and this is Aussie Game Rounds. This week, we let it go. Of course, as always, I am joined by my partners in crime, Shoxy23, say hi.
How's it going?
And Jimmy D, give those ladies out there a shout out. This week, we are podcast reviewing Frozen Freefall. Now, I downloaded this on the PSN and the Android device. Now, mine is a Samsung Galaxy S4 Active. Runs the game quite fine. I'd imagine any phone from the last 2 or 3 years would run it perfectly fine. And it was free, of course, on the PSN and free, of course, on the Android store. Now, this game is very similar to Bejeweled or Candy Crush Adventure, but with a nice frozen landscape, a nice frozen adventure on top. Now, I want to place a big emphasis on the Candy Crush aspect. The pieces are the same, the design is the same, the gameplay, surprisingly, is the same. All in all, very solid, mindless game. Now, my idea of this game is that you're at home, you've got your PlayStation and you've been playing Bloodborne for 2 or 3 hours. Your partner has come home with the kids and you've got to make dinner. You're leaving your PlayStation on, you want to amuse one of your kids. So you give them the controller and you let them play Frozen Freefall. Very easy, jumps in, start playing the game, move some pieces around. This colour matches that colour, this piece matches this piece. You'll see some gameplay on the screen right now. And that's basically the entire game. The music in it is very repetitive, once again very mindless, perfect for a little kid or for someone taking a break from a competitive game such as Candy Crush. But there was a striking issue upon loading this game. They were microtransactions. Now, of course, it's a free-to-play game, but the microtransactions in this startled me. They startled me quite severely.
For something that's supposed to be a children's game, it's shocking.
This is true. It was quite shocking. Now, I think the lowest microtransaction on the PSN, and I believe also on my Android, was $1.45 for one item. Now, that's fine. You know, I've been known to drop $1.45 or $2 on an item I've really wanted, but for a game of this nature, I don't think it's really relevant. You play until you're out of lives, you come back the next day, you play again. You amuse your 5-year-old for 20-30 minutes, your dinner's ready, sit them down, have dinner. But then we scale up the costs. The next one up was $7 odd. Now, this is, of course, in Australian dollars, so roughly half that if you're outside of Australia, particularly in America, and you get your figure. So $7 was the intermediate one, and then we jump up even higher with packages. Now, the highest package I saw was $75.95. This is the price of a full retail game, which was shocking. However, I must say, when I downloaded it on my Android device, a little disclaimer came up asking me for my age and whether I was over a certain age limit. Of course, I put in my age and I was able to play the game. Now, if you're a little kid trying to install it, you're going to get stumped by that. You might put 5 or 6 or 7. If you're smart, you might put 15, 16 to 20. And you're going to be able to play the game. Now, if any parent has installed it for their child, of course they're going to put their age, so anywhere from 15 to 60, roughly, and of course they're going to be able to play the game. But then, if you leave your kid unattended with the PlayStation or with your phone for a period of 10 minutes, as soon as you fail at a level, the option comes up to continue and you're taken to the store. The option then becomes, I'm hooked up to PayPal. Let's continue through and purchase the $75 package. The price, once again, ladies and gentlemen, of a full retail game, which is, in my opinion, I'm sure other people's opinions, quite an abomination. What do you think about that?
Well, it's silly, to be honest. I mean, especially how accessible some of these microtransactions can be. They're also single-use items. So, in other words, once they've run out of all of them, they can spend another $75.
There's no
money.
longevity there, is there? It's
No.
just a ridiculous excuse for money-hungry people.
In your regular titles or anything that's a full retail game and they've got microtransactions, most of the stuff that you can buy is there for the duration of the game.
It's going to be a skin, it's going to be a car.
Or it could be, in Call of Duty's case, you get a chest which opens up with 3 different items which are permanently unlocked. Whereas this one,
once they're done, they're done.
You have the chance to buy another $75 worth, which
stuff that.
Well, anyone playing or listening here would be, I'm sure, smart enough not to buy into that option. But some people like to think of that as their gaming allowance. Now, Shogsy, you played this game for a brief period of time, didn't you?
I certainly did, yes.
And did you have fun with it?
I did. It was an absolute blast.
That's the issue with this game. I can't get past the fact that it is mind-numbing and fun, and I just tell you what, so pretty. It's got so many characters from the Frozen universe. If you're a kid or you yourself out there and you love Frozen, you're going to have a good time.
It's one of those games that I put under the category of brainless gaming. You can play it without having to concentrate on anything to do with the game.
Apart from the shiny graphics.
They were beautiful.
Alright, so for this this podcast review, we are doing an altered reviewing style. We are doing it from good, neutral, or bad. This is for our quickie reviews, and I'm going to give this one a neutral. I would give it a good based on the graphics, music, gameplay, and universe, but I have to really downgrade that to a neutral based on those nasty microtransactions.
I would dare say I'd go the same as neutral. I mean, the microtransactions, they're a scary thing, and there has been a few things on the news where children have had easy access to microtransactions and they've basically maxed out their mummy or daddy's credit card. So, yeah, I would go anywhere from neutral to bad, to be honest. Game isn't such a bad game, but, yeah, microtransactions are a scary thing.
What about you, Shoxy?
I quite liked it. I'd probably give it a good. I'm not that turned off by the microtransactions. I know that I'm smart enough to avoid them, so...
Debatable.
Well, past experiences aside, these days I tend not to take into account the microtransactions in free-to-play games. So, aside from that, I love the gameplay, I love the art style, the characters. It was all really nice. It really came together for me. So,
and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a neutral, another neutral, and a good. Our flash review of Frozen Freefall. You can find us on Facebook at Aussie Game Rants. You can find us on Twitter at Aussie Game Rants. You can even email us at Aussie Game Rants. If you liked this video, please click the like button, subscribe to us, and we'll talk to you next time.